Alright, the level 58 Weaver quest, in the second to last of the 58 quests that I have to do. Level 58 quests. Alchemist is all I have left to do after this. Is called Spinning the Truth, given to us by Averil at the fountain, the Ark of the Venerable in Ishgard. Here we go. Mercy, I've wonderful tidings. House Durandare accepted me as a chirurgeon. I can go with Freskin now. Of course, I've yet to tell Mother, but she's been acting strangely. Why, she asked me to spin wool donation, wool donation, and told me she needed it last bell. So I worked as fast as I could, and just finished it. I hate to ask, but would you be a dear and take it to her? I ought to deliver it myself, but Freskin has been training with his master at arms, and I'm worried about him. I'd like to inspect him when he gets back to make sure he's alright. Okay. No, not gonna go that way. I'm not gonna make that mistake. Oh, shoot, what'd I do? What'd I hit? Alt? No. Alt spacebar? How did I do that? Probably Alt tab somehow accidentally, but whatever. Go over to the cathedral. St. Rymanod's Cathedral. Here is Mother as normal, Glenda. You? What are you doing here? Hand over the wool donation. Oh, I had hoped Averil would come herself, but I wasn't expecting her until later. She shouldn't have finished this quickly. Maybe she is improving. Very well, tell her to make a set of monastic robes. If she can't do it, she will not be leaving the house on these ridiculous outings. I will forbid it. She has everything she needs for weaving in her chambers. And don't you dare make the robes for her. If you sew so much as one stitch, I will be able to tell. Mom and Averil are having a spat, and I'm in the middle of it. Boop-a-doop, boop, boop. I got a tiny bit nostalgic for Astrologian. It is a fun healer. I enjoy like passing out the buffs, and if you pass out the correct buffs to the... I don't think you have to pass out the correct buffs to the correct people, but you have to pass out the correct buffs, 3 of them, to get this mass, like you get a lot of mana back with this ability you use. I think it's like 60 plus though. I don't remember what level like you have to. And then so you get mana back, you get a buff yourself to like your healing and I think damage done as well. And it's kind of fun. Like you have a buff that's good for range, you have a buff that's good for melee, and then that's pretty much it. There's no like tank buff or whatever. It's just melee or ranged, which obviously tank would be melee, and casters and archer and stuff would be ranged. But yeah, it's fun. I'm good at it, or at least good enough. I've only played to like level 60 or something like that, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. Anyway, here's Averil to continue. Freskin is safe, though he managed to bang himself up a bit on the road home, somehow. Now, what of Mother? She wasn't too angry, was she? I explained what happened. A lot. Is that a jest? I can't just make monastic robes with a flick of my wrist. It's as if she sensed I'm lying. Why else would she burden me with an impossible task and take my freedom if I fail? Gods, if only you could do it for me, but Mother will notice, and then I'll be locked at home forever and ever. I'll just have to roll up my sleeves and do it myself. Where do I begin? What do you use for a monastic... Oh, that's right, crawler silk. Ugh, it's impossible to find any of quality in Ishgard. But it's not cheating if you spin me the silk and I make the robe, is it? Haha, that's it. I can do this if you make me 3 spindles, please? I wonder if my dog is barking at the wind, making the house make sounds. Yeah, crawler silk is an interesting one. Crawler cocoons are kind of hard, that like the farming of them by killing monsters that drop them, not great. But if you have the time and you have your retainers at the appropriate level, you can get level and item level, very important. You can get like 30 per hour if both of your retainers are of like a military. It's like I call them battle classes, the classes that actually do damage or heal or whatever, as opposed to the crafting and God, I can't think of the word. Crafting and gathering classes. Gosh dang. But yeah, so I got plenty of them via retainer stuff. I can make frickin' 11 spindles if I want it. But you make 2 per craft and she wants 3. That's gonna leave me with an extra one? You butt. Whatever, fine. But it takes 3 crawler cocoons, 2 silkworm cocoons, which I had a bunch of just by killing things on the way to level 100 for 5 different classes, and effervescent water, which you can get from mining most efficiently. Level 57 craft, here we go. I generally will do, Waste Not 2 starts most of these days. Innovation, Basic Touch, and they do have to be HQ, so that you have to pay attention to that. I got a proc, so we'll do Precise Touch on my 3rd innovation thingy. I need 600, and yeah, so Bayergots will be our best for time and CP usage. And 117 times 2 is slightly greater than 230, so I'll just do 2 of those synths and we'll be done. No need for a veneration. And I've got 2 out of the 3. Sadly, I have to do 1 more, and I'll have 1 left over, but it's whatever, it's fine. Waste Not 2, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. No procs. Okay, so I need 600 more. This is actually one of those situations that you hope you don't have to do, but if you are having to do it, you make sure that you have the appropriate level gear, including your CP gear, because it's going to basically be necessary. So I still have to do a Basic Touch. I still have to follow that up with a Bayergot's Blessing, because I need more than a Standard Touch will do. Okay, I'm down to 5 durability, and I need at least 2 actions. Now, I have to Master's Mend, unless I felt like, for some stupid reason, trying with a Rapid Synth, which would be stupid, I think. So Master's Mend, I'm down to 27 CP. Luckily, I know that I could Veneration and 3-putt with Basic Synth, but I also know, Veneration and 2-putt with Basic Synth, but I also know I can just 2-putt without Veneration, so I don't need to spend any more CP on this. But I have on other crafts, so it gets dicey. Here, Averil, for the turn-in. Honestly, what is she thinking? I'll show Mother I can do it. I just need Crawler Silk. And over 3 of the 4 HQ that I made. Cutscene. Beautiful. This is exactly what I'd expect. From you, Mercy. God's willing, it shouldn't be too hard to make monastic robes using these materials. In case I don't get a better screen grab, I'll just take this for the thumbnail. She gives a curtsy, bow thingy. I'll get to weaving them now. Wait here. I'd like you to look over my effort. She leaves the cutscene and goes dark for a minute. Second. Camera pans down. Well, that turned out much better than I expected. All thanks to the crawler silk you spun me, I dare say. She was like, hands on her knees, like tired, breathing heavy for a second. I guess it was a lot of work. Averil, what are you doing, loafing about here? I gave you a task. Hello to you too, Mother. Oh, and the robes are finished. What? How? Did Mercy make them for you? Are you passing her work off as your own? Don't lie to me, girl. Why, Mother, you wrong me. She did obtain the materials, but I stitched the robes from collar to hem entirely by myself, thank you. She hands over the robes. The seams aren't quite even. Very much your handiwork. I'm so happy you're satisfied, Mother. I take it I have your permission to be away from home more often. It's just more pleasant outside, don't you think? arrogant girl. You remind me of... And she leaves. What in the world? Says Averil. Oh, who cares? She didn't say no. I've got all the time I need to practice conjuring now. Thank you again, Mercy. I'll call you again for one last request, if that's all right. Just before Freskin and I leave. 1,113,840 experience points, a measly 412 gil, 240 lightning crystals, a dragon fang needle, which I've already crafted a higher level and HQ better main hand weaver tool. And this material is already obsolete for me, but we'll see if I can get a good sale out of it. Level 64. And Averil, myself, and if I can get him in this shot, the serpent hatchling dancing as always. We say farewell. We hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Bye.